Hey guys, Jen Graves here. So, just got done wrapping, well, mostly wrapping Shifty's manga. I gotta put like one more thing in here. So, he picked Monster Tamer Girls from what I read during the Spartan Challenge. And then our good friend Lindsay Tutt actually gave us one in the giveaway, Spirit Circle. And so I asked him if he had this one. He said no. And so basically, as a gift from Lindsay to me, uh, and now it'll basically be from me and Lindsay to Shifty. So he'll have this one since her and I both have it. We also got some other goodies in there. The Into the Unknown button, as you've seen with other people. And of course, let me get out of here. A lot of people tell me that they really like these, so I like them. I have one on my keys, but I just thought it was funny doing it. Now a lot of people keep telling me they want them, but the I Heart Jen Graves keychain, so it's probably backwards on there, but I got like one more thing to put in there, and that'll be done. So really good. I think this is like the first time where my hair is not all like woo. So, anyway, though, so we're kind of doing like a rant and wrap. I kind of already wrapped part of that because I put the box together. I just need to go like get one more thing for my man Shifty. He won the Patreon giveaway that I did. I actually have the other one that I need to end, or else it's just gonna keep going. Somebody just told me, "Hey, I can't participate in it or whatever." I was like, "I was doing one, wasn't I?" Well, crap. um, so anyway, so everything is going good. We swapped our shift schedules. So before I was going at like 8 o'clock in the morning to work and getting off at 4:30, and they actually split us into where we could pick like three different shifts. There's like a 7 o'clock shift and a 8 o'clock shift and a 9:30 shift. But you get off like earlier, middle, like we were, or later, and so I'm on the later one where I get off at 6, which is fine. I like not having the traffic to work or after work, easy work, after that, all that other stuff. So anyway, though, just thinking, and I guess you could allude it kind of to Amaskio J with his thought of the day. So just thought of the day. You know, and this is kind of something that I've been wondering, and so let me know in the comments below um, what you think about it. If you want to comment on somebody else's or anything else like that. So the question, though, that I proposed to everybody, I feel like Sherlock Holmes saying that, propose. So the question that I'm proposing to everybody, though, is, do, I guess this is more like focused on like a group of people, but anybody can answer it. Do you basically have like a significant other, and does that significant other like participate in the hobby with you, or is it like y'all's hobby together? Especially with like manga and stuff. I know sometimes, and maybe I shouldn't say it along the terms of like a partner or anything, because I know a lot of us do have like friends that might like live with us or something, and we share the manga collection or something like that. But how many people, I guess, that I guess are like super close with, do you have like in that? Like for me, I would probably say like my brother is probably one of my closest people, um, but he doesn't really read that much manga. Usually he buys it himself if he's going to read it, which he does have a couple of the same ones, um, or something like that. He just has like different things. I do have a friend that has read some of the longer series with me. Um, we we read like Slam Dunk together and Claymore and Ice Shield 21. Some of the longer series. He's read some of the other ones that I have too, that are a bit longer. And so he was kind of like my manga guy, I guess, that we read with, or I read with. And he just kind of, there's nothing, I guess, that interests him too much anymore. Or they haven't had anything that interests him too much that's come out. So that's kind of the whole thing is like, do you have a significant other, a partner, a close friend, that you live with or something like that, and basically, do y'all participate in the same hobby together? So that's kind of what it is. Um, as far as it goes for, um, like me, um, there's not really anybody that I know that likes to participate doing any of that with me, really. So, um, I think it's probably why my collection's kind of big. Um, but there's nobody else like, I mean, for birthdays and stuff, obviously, things like that, but there's nobody else like contributing like outside, or like really supporting, um, you know, which, I mean, that's kind of getting into another subject about people saying, why do you do this? Don't you have too much that, and, could you stand to give some away as a collector? Well, as a person, yes, I could, but as a collector, no, I really can't. Not because of how many I have, but because of the story, the feeling that I got behind it. I wouldn't want to give something away like that because it would kind of be like almost giving away a fond memory, something like that I just cherish. Um, just like a side note. So you saw the books that I'm giving Shifty. One of them he picked. The other one I asked him, "Hey, would you like this one?" Da da da. And that one he actually asked me. He said, "Hey, have you read this one?" I said, "No, I haven't." And he said, "Okay." And we actually talked about it a little more. And I said, "Hey, um, let me know when you get it, and let me know when you start reading it and stuff. And I'll start on mine. I have like 1, 2, and 3." I said, "When you start reading it, I'll start reading it, so we can have the series kind of go." Now that makes basically Spirit's Circle mean a little more to me than it did before, because I'm going to read it with a friend, or, um, you know, not so much because I'm giving it to him, but knowing that back memory of Lindsay gave it to me, and so volume 1 of Spirit Circle is probably going to mean a lot more to me because now I have two friends that I've invested that time and said, hey, it's all the stipulation of it, basically. There's some other ones. Goblin Slayer will remain to be a one that I like, not because I like it. Well, I mean, that is part of it. But also because me and Amaskio J have talked about it, and he goes, I don't like it, da da da. And just all the little conversations we've had about it. So, I mean, like every little thing that attaches itself to each individual manga series, any of that other stuff. It's kind of all that it means as a collector and collecting them. And like I said, I like to read. A lot of y'all didn't know because I was still posting videos and everything. I actually took like a 2 week hiatus just because I was tired. I didn't really want to read anything. I was coming home from work and all this other stuff, and we started doing going through like pages that had well over like it was like little booklets we kind of got. I guess if you printed them off, of like 1,000 people that we had to like change stuff in the system for them. So I think last I calculated, mine was like over 20,000 that I had to work on. So that's kind of going on now too, and so that's kind of slowing it down still. But I am kind of getting my second wind, or whatever number of wind I am on, wanting to read it and enjoy it again. Not only that, but we can get into a side note on this part too. I also kind of had a little bit of my kind of like sort of depression kick in with it. And it was to the point where I just kind of, I still was trying to sort through it and everything, but I just couldn't bring myself to actually get into it and read anything. So nothing really with that. It's just something that anybody that knows that you kind of got to live with it. Now I would say you kind of have to look at it like, I guess, like alcoholism or anything. It is a disorder kind of thing. Mine isn't exactly like diagnosed, I guess. I know that I kind of have that, but at the same time, I've prepared myself, with different stuff to understand that, if you've seen the Princey video for it, that I'm the sky and that depression is the cloud, and I understand how to deal with it. So, sometimes when it gets a little more overwhelming because of just life things in general, maybe somebody says something to you and for some reason it just hurts you for whatever reason, even though it might not have been anything to do that. It just kind of does that. So, so that's kind of why that's happened. Usually I use manga as my outlet for that, and obviously, if you feel like I'm hitting all my friends, just saying, if you see Shin Megami Talks, Shin Megami actually will tell you that manga got him kind of out of insomnia. Sorry, I was like blank and I was like, wait, there it is. So different stuff. And so that's kind of, I use manga for that. And, I was kind of where it wasn't really something that manga could make me feel better about. So, I just kind of had to take that small break. Not only that, but I just came off of reading like back to back, like 100 volumes. Because it was after the Spartan Challenge, catching up on some of my other stuff, and then it just kind of hit me. But I come back, really enjoying what I'm reading now, especially getting to catch up on some of the other stuff. Great manga. Can't believe I ever took a break or went on hiatus. Whatever. So anyway. That's kind of just the thing, backstory, of why I've kind of taken a hiatus for the past couple weeks. Like I said, but nobody's really noticed that because I've been doing stuff. I did the top 100, and all that other stuff, and I made sure, that's kind of my whole thing is, unless I tell you, you'll never really know, if I'm having a bad day or whatever. just because, like I said, I'm more conscious about it, and I'm really of the influence of different quotes and stuff that, I use. And so, like the big one is a Maya Angelou one, be the rainbow in somebody's cloud, and not only that, but also um, thinking about different people that do have, bad thoughts and stuff like that. Um, me as a psychology major and all that have basically decided upon that um, not so much being like a pacifist, I guess, but close to it, where I don't like to try and say anything bad to anybody, unless you basically deserve it, which you would know if you did or not. Just saying, a lot of people know if they do or not. There's even sometimes where I say something, I'm like, I probably deserve to be, you know, have somebody say something nasty or mean to me. But you don't want to be the person to do that and then go off and, you be the last person to say something to them. So I'm of the influence that you always should talk to somebody and kind of be that rainbow in their stormy cloud, because you can brighten it, and maybe you're the cause that made them not do what they were going to do or think about doing. So, different stuff like that. But, yeah, so I got the stuff done for Shifty. We have the other giveaway going on, you know, so I need to start figuring out with a bunch of you guys, um, you know, where we can kind of do some meetups. I know I have probably about 5 to 10 of you guys that said, "Oh yeah, if you come in my neck of the woods, um, totally spend the night, totally hang out, totally give you a tour, or whatever." So um, there are some of those. Hopefully, I can do one of those or two of those before the end of the year. Just trying to figure all that out. So I can do videos with y'all. However you want to do it. Like I said, it's another thing kind of going from, that side of the camera to this side of the camera and having people see you, because now you can basically say you somewhat know me. If you saw me on the street, you'd be able to walk up and say, "Hey, you're Jen Graves. I watched your video the other day." There's kind of a different thing than before, on that side where you just kind of saw my hand or arm or whatever and me talking about manga reviews, even though I still do videos on that side of the camera sometimes. But who else are you going to walk around and try and see if you can find the scar that's on my arm, or whatever like that. So, anyway, like I said though, so a lot of good new series coming out. I would highly recommend a lot of them. Catching up on some if you are. One of the ones I just finished today was Toriko Volume 42, which is the final volume of that one. That one and Bleach are my two big ones for this year. And that's kind of another thing I would definitely like to tell y'all or another side question, that's in here is, how do y'all react to a series ending? Maybe not like a small one, because I don't know if you can get the same feeling. Maybe if it was like 15 or 20, you could. It just depends on the person. But I jumped into Toriko maybe late 20s. No, it was before that, because it just ended at 42. So I jumped into it like early 20s. Um, so, but getting to the end of Toriko and actually reading, it's the only time I'll tell you, I hardly read any of the author's notes reading it, because I just don't find them necessary. It's kind of their ideas and stuff. It'd be fun to go back and read those, which I have done that with some series. But the big one I always try and look forward to is the very last one in the last book, with the last chapter of that, just so you can see kind of the journey. They're always going to thank you and all that. But like I said, what do you feel like when you have a series that you've stuck with for a while and it's ended? For a lot of us, I would have to say like when Naruto ended. For other people, it could be what other series are out there, and it's different from if it's a book that did go on hiatus or it was like hiatus completed, because we never got the end of it. So I would say that. So Naruto, Bleach is about to do it. Fairy Tail's already done it. There's different ones that were big series, and every time I read that last one, it always kind of hits me, I guess, with a heavy heart that, I'm never going to get to read like this adventure again unless there is like somebody that's going to take it and make like a Boruto or, something else off of it. Um, but, just like that feeling. Obviously, it's going to kind of, I guess, make you sad and happy at the same time. Happy that you finished it and you took the journey with said character or whatever in the manga or group of characters. Um, and happy that it kind of got to that point where it was at the end. So, for me, like I said, I kind of at times get like a heavy heart when I finish like a manga series like that. Just kind of makes me like, I hate that it's over, but I love that I did it. So, what is you guys' opinion on that? What do you think when you finish a series like that? If you don't have like a different series, I mean, anybody that read Naruto, um, you were with that series basically. Coming out. There's like 10 chapters in a book. Most of that was like weekly releases, just about. There's a couple that were different depending on publications and stuff. But, I mean, if you average it out, really, that was over, each book was about 10, um, about 10 chapters and stuff. And if it came out weekly, that's about 2 months and a half. So, Naruto having 72, um, altogether that's about 720 chapters or so. I know I'm just kind of ballparking that, but um, you know that's like that's a lot because there's like 52 weeks. So that's somewhere, it's like a lot, which you got to count double features and stuff. Um, Probably like, hmm. I mean, it's a lot. It's over 10 years because Naruto came out in like 2001. Um, and it ended. I mean, I can't even remember when it ended. It was just so much for me that I enjoyed it. So, and I still like Kakashi. That's my main dude, as most of you guys know. So, a lot of times, like I still have paraphernalia or something like that. That's Kakashi related. Um, that just made it sound really bad. Yeah, stuff, statues or posters or whatever of Kakashi, not anything bad. Um, but yeah, I mean, so that was well over like 10 years for most people. Unless you jumped on the bandwagon late or anything like that. But you were with that person or that character for so many years. You know what I'm saying? So what is it for you basically? I could compare not to the same extent, but like if me and my brother weren't friends anymore or anything like that. I mean, that's kind of like I said, not the same extent, but there are bits of that do translate over like that. So like I said, what do you guys think about when you're reading and a series ends? What is that thought that's in your head? Maybe going into the last book, all that other stuff. So, like I said, comment down below, and let me know what you think. If you finish Toriko, you can answer questions about that. If you're expecting the ending of Bleach coming up, you can do that. If you're a fairy tale person like me, you can do that too. Naruto, like I mentioned, expectations for One Piece, anything else that's been pretty long and has ended, for some 10 volumes, whatever you think. Let me know down below, like I said, and what you think about it, how it makes you feel, any of that other stuff. And like I said, just comment down below, if it makes you sad or happy or both or whatever. So, anyway, guys, I could come up with some kind of catchy thing. Give me a second. So, I got it. So, anyway, guys, I'm Jin Graves, your friendly neighborhood tatted otaku, and pretty good, right? Right? Thumbs up, people. Include one in your comment. I don't know if you want to. I thought that was pretty catchy, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that are probably more tatted up than I am that read manga. But it sounds good right now, right? Right. Like I said, comment any of that stuff down below. I will catch you guys later, though. I'm Jen Graves, like I said, friendly neighborhood tatted otaku, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, and trying to think of what it is. If I don't see you, it's good morning, good afternoon, good night. I think that's it. Let me know down below if you know that too. Truman Show, I can't remember the phrase, and I can't, obviously, recording from the phone, I can't obviously go in and look at it. So if you know it, just comment down below and other people will understand that. But like I said, I'll catch you guys later. Jim Graves signing out. Bye. Shifty, get ready for your package. It's going to come at some point. Hopefully Friday I can put it in the mail. Just saying. Anyway, bye.